Nityanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim
Hitam Gagana Sudusham
Tatamasya
Dilaksham
Ekam
Ekam
Nityam
Nityam
Malamachalam Sarva
Sarvi
Sakshi Bhutam
Bhutam
Bhavatitam
Titam
Niraitam
Trigunam
Sadgurum Tam Namami.
Namami.
Thank you, Swamiji, for helping me. Okay, so today's topic is how I found Swamiji. What is, my journey of finding Swamiji. Okay, so Nityananda Bharat. So I know we all found Swamiji and your journey, your autobiography of your life, and how you found Swamiji, and then how your life has traveled so far from the time you're born until today, right? So whatever you remember from childhood. So were you born Hindu, practicing? I know you born into a Hindu lifestyle, a Hindu parents, and in Hindu, practices, whatever form and the shape our parents have introduced us. So what is your journey? Where were you born, and what do you do?
Yeah, I was born as a Hindu, but parents are not are ritualistic. Basically, they are not like worshippers of any god or anything. But I love temples. I used to go to several temples wherever they like, not because of something, just because of prasad. So I used to go there. Initially, that starts there. So I used to go to Hanuman temple first initially when I was young. Then afterwards, I used to love temples, most of them, like the way they are. Went to when I was young, I went to Sri Sailam, which is like a remote in the forest. I was really amazed by the way it was created, and it was deep in the forest. A small temple is there, and there are lots of things which make me go towards temples. I mean, the space, and somehow it attracts me. So as I go through and got my education, completed my master's in engineering, and then slowly working towards job and everything, and got a visa and came to US and settled here, and then afterwards got married.
Okay, so before I go that far, so you are born into, let me just try to understand. So you're born into a Hindu family, but there are no particular traditional way of praying, rituals or nothing, right? But you love to go to temples, and then you liked all the temples, and then you were like fascinated by temple visits and all, right? And that's all. So then how about your grandparents, and were there like your grandparents from your parents side, your mother's side or father's side?
Mother's side, they used to have a small in the village. They used to have a mandir sort of room, which I never went inside, so I don't have any insight into that because of my family's background. My mother used to worship when she came, but afterwards my father was like, why waste on all these things? And he's like a little bit of like a atheist type.
So basically,
he always believes in hard work. Yeah, he believes in hard work. He doesn't believe in God or any supreme form who will help you by just worshipping. It doesn't help you unless until you put your efforts out of. I mean, he is not like a believer of any God or anything. So that is our family background. Mother's background, like mother used to worship after marriage, but afterwards, by seeing all my father's way of doing things, and she stopped doing everything. So it was
So basically, even though your mother was following a traditional practice, like all others, right, traditional Hindu, and your father's influence have made her stop. Your father's questioning was, hey, you need to be a karma yogi. Means basically you should believe in karma. You just do the work and then you get paid, or you get whatever you achieve, whatever you want to achieve in life through the action, and not through prayer or anything. These are all. So he started questioning the practice of our faith, right, or the practice. like all of us, we're all Western educated. We all have observed the Western mindset. So we started questioning, but we didn't find answers, right? Like your father also didn't find answers, like the way I also used to do. I used to question my parents, but he went to, my parents didn't go into the what do you call it, the westernized school, right? They had the traditional school, in the sense, not at formal education in the gurukul, but they were oral tradition, right? Some, from the grandparents to parents, only the oral tradition, that's the whatever they learned, and then they were practicing. So in your case, then your father started questioning, and then because of that influence, your mother stopped doing that, but whereas you continued to follow temple visits and others. Yeah, continue.
That's
How
generally
about your
it's not
sister?
like,
How about your other family members? Your sister and your fathers, brothers, sisters, or your mother's,
no,
the
sister is not that much into temple also. I mean, later maybe she might have adapted, but not when she was young.
you're growing up.
Yeah, but I was like, I mean, it's not that I go to temple very frequently, sometimes. And luckily, one of my cousin's father, whenever Shivaratri comes, he comes to our place, and he used to take me to one of the place called Kotapakonda, which is where Shiva will be on the hill. I didn't even know that that was a Shiva's place. I used to just go with him, and it's like a Tirupati only, and we used to walk up, and then it's like a lot of rush there during the time frame. We used to go there, and we used to come back in the night. So every year he used to take me there. So slowly, I mean, somehow the existence used to help me with going towards that sort of going to temples and all these things. So like it's not my choice. I was being I mean, while I try to remember myself, that's what I understood. So existence used to take me towards temples, sort of, somewhere other, sort of. So though my father was an atheist, but I always get amazed with temples. Somehow I love temples. That's the only thing which I has in my, when I see the past. Okay. So after that, so once
so that means the Kodappa, I just looked up on the internet. So the Kodappa, I also, it's a very famous one. There is a movie song also, Kodappa. So is this the one you're talking? You recognize it?
Yeah. It's
So
on the
yeah.
hill. Yes, yeah.
So Kottakonda is in Andhra Pradesh. That's the one you're referring to?
Yeah, Nasraupet. It's near.
Nasraupet is in Guntur district. Yeah.
We used to stay in Nasraupet. I studied all my education in Nasraupet till 12th.
Oh.
So, and it used to be a big celebration. People from all over the villages nearby used to come. Like there is something called a big prabhas. What is that called? Is like they used to have a bullock cart, and they used to have a lot of dances, and just like a fun mela sort of. So they used to meet together, and lots of vendors. It's like a mela, just Diwali mela type.
Yeah. So you had this, like, it has actually, usually mostly Shiva temples are all with the lingam, but here it has Shiva linga. Here you have the faces of Shiva. Is that true, or is it?
This I don't remember, Bhagwan. So this I don't know, but we used to go to, maybe some things maybe might have added. Yeah, I think maybe the picture is there at that point in time, but we used to go inside the temple, because we used to go in the night, right? We do not know how I was young.
Right.
I never went in the daytime. We always used to go in the night time. Evening after 6 or 7, we used to take a bus, and then we used to visit this place. He used to take me every year till he was alive. Then he passed away. Then I never used to go here. So because
These are all new editions. Sorry, yeah.
No, these are new editions. Okay.
Actually, the temple, I think they visit mostly in the night. It has all the all the lights and everything.
Yeah, lights, with lights only. I used to.
You can see those lights from the street, actually, from far off.
Oh, you've been to that too, Gauri Bhattaya?
No, I have traveled by it many times.
Oh, really? Okay. Very interesting. So all the childhood memories, huh? But so
Oh,
that, so I also, I mean, I heard of Kotapakonda, but I um and never been there, but I didn't even know that it's in Guntur near Narsarapeta. I think Narsarapeta also, when we are going from uh on, okay, so Hyderabad to Chennai, so the is Narsarapeta, does it come anywhere on the travel on the,
no,
is it
no,
close to
no,
the railway station anywhere?
no, no. That is the
It
different
won't come, it
direction.
won't touch.
Hyderabad to Chennai is a different direction. Of course, sometimes train goes to Nadikudi, that goes to
Mm.
Guntur, and then it goes to Vijayawada, Guntur, and then it goes to maybe Tenali, Ongole, and everything. It goes to Chennai.
Okay.
Sometimes buses go from Hyderabad to maybe Tirupati. Some buses will
Mm.
go through that route. It's a
Mm.
different route. It actually, if you want to go through this, you need to go through Nagarjuna Sagar, and then like this different route is there. If you want
Yeah.
to go through
So,
Nasrabad. Okay, that's a
so let me just a little summarize so far for the people audience who joined late. Right. Here is Bharat Angadi. He is married with a child, and lives in Seattle, and is a software engineer. I've been living in US for, I think, almost 20 years now. I think 20 years now.
yeah,
Yeah.
20 yes.
Yeah, his software in all his life, and then he's been there. So he's been. We are going through his spiritual journey, how he found Swamiji. We call fondly Swamiji, but the world calls him as Swami Nityananda. So that's the thing. So far his childhood, how he was born into the traditional Hindu family, but the father is Western educated and extremely highly educated according to Western standards. Your father was I mean, your father is a professor, right?
Yeah,
The
he's a
PhD, right?
professor in economics, and
Mm,
yeah, he's a hard worker.
mm,
He believes in understanding of. I mean, he's very helpful in the social perspective, like
mm.
very helpful, and lot of people really take him as a ideal in studying. Like
Role model.
he's yeah,
Looking up,
and
they look
also
up to him, a role model. Mm,
yeah, my father created I mean, he donated his own house and land to a school. Actually, he created a school in his own village, and
mm,
I'm a little bit of like a and also anyone comes from his village, he used to help them and make them get some jobs or like getting them into the colleges, and sometimes he used to take care of them like money or give them what is needed, and somehow he works for all type of. He doesn't have any beda like for
So I
example.
mean, seva type. Basically, he
Yeah,
has a seva mindset. He's a charity mindset, right?
yeah,
And
charity
then a
minds.
karma yogi type, right? Even though he doesn't
Yeah,
believe
it's
in.
not like it's not like he goes by caste creed. No, he's beyond that. He just sometimes we got. I myself got a little bit of upset because I did not know. Then afterwards, whatever he did was right. Okay, so
Mm,
then my mother sometimes used to complain, but I used to tell her, okay, that's whatever he's doing is right. So
mm,
as you grow age, right, you will have maturity. So that's how when I see how my dad was doing, whatever he's doing was right. There's nothing wrong in the way he's doing.
mm,
But the only question is the he never was a believer of anything like God or anything, because he always was a karma yogi and he used to go by that same ideals.
mm,
So that's
mm,
what sometimes gets into my understanding of conflict also. There is sometimes I get into conflict. So some areas which happens. So I get
mm,
into conflict, and that's of course is a different side of the story. But once we after marriage, once I got married, so after a couple of years into life, I was like really questioning myself. Wait, is this what is called life, which people always think about, and like just eating, partying? That's it. That's the max. Is it out of it? Is there nothing else in life? These are like questions which I have, and I was like struggling, trying to go. And then someone said, "Okay, do some meditation." Then I went to some meditations like local
No, no.
guys.
Before we go further, before we go further into your questioning fundamental questions of life, why, what is really life after few years after into the marriage, and then also then somebody suggested going into the meditation. Okay, before we go that, so when you let me take you back to your father and you, the conflicts, right? What kind of conflicts you were having, right? So philosophical or what kind of conflict?
Yeah, philosophical conflicts used to happen always have. I mean, now, not when I was young. So young means I do not know, right? I'm just learning. So
Mm.
so even after marriage also, I don't have any conflicts. Then
Mm.
whenever we talk about spirituality, he talks about it's waste of time. You are unnecessary wasting time.
Mm.
At least if you focus on education, you will reach somewhere. You will have goals and everything. So he
Mm.
used to always. We used to, even now we argue.
Mm. Mm.
So
Mm.
that argument never ends. So basically, I used to share him some of the messages of the masters. He used to share something else which he achieved and everything. All these things, right? So it's a tough war. Which
Hey,
always
I
he
mean,
always was like a
mm.
education
Mm.
perspective. Like he always says, like, go do PhD. All these things. I used to say, why PhD? Because that doesn't really fit my area. I am into do projects every year. We do projects and
Mm.
you
So
do
if I
single
have to
project
give,
for
I don't know,
5
I'm
years.
not trying
All
to.
these things. I always argue with him. Yeah. So I mean, there's a way of arguing things. So he used to, because he's a professor. He worked hard. It's not that he just got that one, and he also was selected for like there are only two emeritus professors selected in India. One from north, one from south. So he was selected for that. Like he was selected for like at least one maybe 1 to 3 year term. He was selected for that, and he was also got some best teacher awards and everything. And though he tried some positions, but he was not successful in that area. But he was successful in as a things what he believe on, and as a uh, teacher and lecturer and professor, he excelled. Even now, he is doing lots of projects with the central government projects like UGC and all those. And he also participates in lots of national level associations and everything. And he conducts seminars. And I mean, from the academic perspective, he did his best, and he was good at it. So even
Yeah.
now,
So
at the age of
basically,
70,
he's a very good Samaritan and is a good human being, and believes only in the work and the hard work, like in karma, and then helping people, helping the society,
yes,
and pursuing the Western ideals of getting the highest education and get the PhD, get all these things and
yeah,
help. So that is his like philosophy. His philosophy life is all these are all like doesn't make sense. All this old tradition, not relevant anymore. Just all just don't do it. Then instead you just follow the Western ideals, pursuing the higher education and keep doing, and then be a good human being and do seva and help others. And that's his life's philosophy, and that's what he's promoting. I mean, he's been living and then promoting, and a lot of people look up to him. And then he's like a role model for a lot of them. He has given his own house for the school, and he helped all the people who came around. He always helped, no matter who you are. These are all things. But whereas in your case, in your journey, even though it is not traditionally like the temple going or the ritual farming or daily doing puja, and that's, even though that's not the family, and well educated from Western standards, right? Basically we are a westernized Hindu lifestyle. So but whereas as you grow up and as you are growing up, and then even though your uncle was helping you, taking you to the temples, especially once in a while, or especially Shivaratri, and going to these temples, right? So, and as you got into marriage, and then you started questioning, hey, what is this? Have fun, come the weekend, enjoy, have fun, just sleep, party. Is this the life or anything else? You started questioning, and then somebody has suggested you, hey, why don't you do some meditation, and it'll help you. So that's where we were there, right? So that's what so far about your father. How about your mother? How take us from your childhood, from your mother, and then you, how it was, and until today, how is this? How is
yeah.
it
Mother
going?
was just housewife. She's just
Hmm.
fulfilling the needs of a wife, and she just
So
stays at home.
please don't say just housewife.
Yeah,
Mother has been taking the load of raising the kids and the family and the whole thing, right?
I agree.
So
I
yeah,
agree.
if you just
But
say just a housewife, that's like now again we got in the Western standard saying that is a low level job, not the. So we would definitely wanted to say mother has been the housewife taking the load of raising us and taking care of family. So we should give an equal or more credit to them, or equal credit. Yeah, continue. Mm-hmm.
yeah. So mother's role was a little bit of, yeah, just taking care of us and
Just taking care. No, no, no. She was taking care of the whole family. And please don't say just taking care
Yeah.
of. That is
Yeah, no,
really.
she's yeah.
Mm,
She was taking
yeah.
care of whole family and
Very, very.
the whatever
The
everything.
family responsibility of
Family
raising children and
responsibilities,
then taking care of the husband,
children,
taking care of the family and
yes,
relatives, and then
running
the
the things.
social responsibility, sangha, right? The social responsibility, right? So these are all the things. So remember, unconsciously we just say, because this is a Western concept. No Hindu in a traditional Hindu would ever say, "Oh, she's just taking care of the family," because that's a huge thing. This right,
Yeah.
and so, but whereas the Westernized Hindu, mindset, Western mindset says, "Hey, just a housewife." That's really bad, because it's not just housewife. It takes a lot to 24/7. Hey, you and me, we're working. We're workers. We get 2 days off, or at least 1 hour, 1.5 hour, half a day, half, right? But whereas they are working 24/7 forever since beginning of their life, or at least beginning of marriage life, right? So we really wanted to give
Yeah.
them a little credit. So sorry to cut you off, but yeah, continue.
Yeah. So
I mean, we have ingrained that, that it's so. Where did that mindset came? That where did that mindset come from? It came from the Westernized thinking, Westernized bias. So right now on this show, what are we doing? Last 2 to 300 years, we have been looking at Hindus have been looking at themselves from the Western drishti, Western lens, Western gaze. Now we are reversing that gaze, and Hindus are looking at themselves from the Hindu drishti. You see what I'm saying? And so, and then also looking at the world from Hindu drishti, looking at the West also, not only at themselves as Hindus, but also Westerners from the Hindu drishti, Hindu lens, and Hindu gaze. So I wanted to really find out our very subtle biases against our own tradition and our own practices as Hindus. Sorry to cut you off, or correct you, or continue.
so from a mother's perspective, yeah, whenever we used to get holidays, we used to go to my mother's place, and I have some
Your
local.
mama's place, mother. What do you
Yeah,
mean mother's
yeah,
place?
my
Your
mother's.
mother's place is your place.
Yeah, mother's
Mama's place.
grandmother's place.
Mother's mother, grandmother.
Grandma's place. Yeah, we used to go on a holiday whenever we have holidays, school holidays. We used to go there, and we used to stay there. They're actually in that village. They are a little bit rich, and they have a lot of land, and they are pretty well off. And once we go there, we used to stay there for 2 to 3 months, and at least 2 months, at least maybe. So for that, we used to always have a big fight with my father. My father says, "Yeah, why do you go there? What do you do there? Nothing else you learn. Whatever you have learned, you'll be unlearning everything once you go there. What's the point?" And all these. We used to have,
Why are wasting your life? It's a
yeah,
very
why are you
precious
wasting your
life.
life? If you stay here, if you study, yeah, all this. We used to have that fight, right? So somehow we never used to talk, but somehow he used to say, "Okay, finally he used to leave us." So myself and my sister and my mother, we used to leave, and we used to stay there for 1 month. It's a fun. Every day is a fun, like going wherever we are.
So you're doing the job of a kids. You're all enjoying the life of kids, right?
Yeah,
But
so
your father says, "Oh, you're all wasting life."
yeah, so that's what it is. If you stay here, you will learn. He used to give us like some exercises and everything. Need to read paper, all those things he used to give. But when we were given that option to go to that village, and we used to stay there, we used to really have fun, like going outside and going to the land. They have land, so we used to go to there and not talk to, just look around, and we used to do a lot of swimming and all these things. We used to do a lot of fun in that area. So that's how we used to go to village, and that village understanding background and everything. And it's a unique experience which we have. So we used to walk. We used to literally we used to really enjoy the nature and everything. So that's what used to happen when we were in school. When we always used to go to my mother's place. So it happened till 9th or 10th. Then afterwards, again, the education comes into picture, and we are busy with life. And Yeah, mother used to support, but she never used to be against my father. Okay, she used to just support him and support our needs as needed, and yeah, so those things used to happen. So when she took care of family and every needs, and she used to work. Really, she's a really hard worker. I mean, we can never deny her services, because she used to really take care of us every since morning. She used to like working towards cooking and feeding us and taking care of us. And sometimes when we have some issues with my father, she somehow manages those things, and by saying some other things. And yeah, like she used to help us. So that's the role of a mother, right? You cannot really
Yeah, role of mother. You can't. Role of a woman of the
yeah.
house. Gruha Lakshmi,
So,
we call it, right? Hindus call Gruha Lakshmi. Role of a mother is a Gruha Lakshmi. You know,
yeah.
full
So
load of the
yeah, mom
family.
used to always support us, and somehow I have my own way of doing things. So I'm a little bit of like a math type of guy. So I never used to
Logical guy,
like
logical and reasoning type.
yeah, life sciences, not the life sciences type of guy, but math type of guy. So I want to go into engineering, and my father gave me the free will which area I want to go. So somehow I chose like going to MPC, and then doing my 12th, and then afterwards so I want to go into engineering, so did my bachelor's and then completed my master's. So that is from the education perspective. So
So you
once
become a master. So you have done a bachelor's in engineering, master's in engineering, and
yeah,
then you ended up, in US, and then getting married. Now the life started. Hey, everything seems to be hunky dory until now. Now after marriage, now the reality hits, right? Because
yeah,
whatever the marriage, all the imagination of marriage now, and it is the reality come, right?
yeah, after 2 years of 1 or 2 years of marriage,
Oh
like
man,
I was
you're
somehow
smart, man. Only in 2 years you realize
yeah. So initially within 2 years I was like questioning myself. I mean, is this the life? What that is it? Nothing else. Just for the sake of that, we strive and we struggle and everything. Somehow I am not completely fulfilled with life. So I then like started questioning. So in my community where we live, one of the guy actually he's doing he's doing some meditations. He scheduled some meditations, and he's doing Raj Yoga. Okay, and like he used to say, okay, sit for 1 hour, look at the flame inside their heart, and just sit, and all those things. So I used to couple of times go there, and I'm a little bit of restless, so I couldn't really sit, and whatever he's saying doesn't work. It's not somehow is not working for me. So I felt that this is
Not connecting, not connecting.
yeah,
So whatever
something
you
is
was doing,
missing.
you
Yeah,
want somebody suggested, okay, why
yeah,
didn't you go? You're
yeah,
asking questions, fundamental questions of life and all. Why didn't you go for meditation? And you went there, and
yeah.
then continue.
So trying it out, nothing working out, and so just struggling. And then I got a call from one of my friends' brother. So he's into spirituality, and he was following some other masters. Actually, he he went to Swamiji also, but then when I talked to him, he said that there is one young master coming to US. Yeah, go visit him in 2004.
2004.
Yeah, 2004. So what I did was, okay, where is he coming? Just check with him. I'll give you some numbers. Then he gave some numbers. Then I somehow figured out that I think maybe the same day or maybe one day he's going to stay one day in New Jersey, and he already completed his satsangs in New York, and that's what I heard. So I said, okay, let me go there and let me see. So that's my first acquaintance, or like with Swamiji. So I went there, and it's in one of it looks like he's a Sai Bhakta. He invited Swamiji, and so I went there, and I saw this young guy sitting, and I was like going. I went and sat there, and then that day that satsang is about nirvana, the dead end. That is the topic. So I went there and I just sat, Then there is a couple of people are there, like Shiva Vallabhaneni. He is the one who who actually was there with Swamiji, and Bhaktananda. He's both of them are there.
Shiva and Bhakta both were there.
I think Bhakta is there. I don't remember Bhakta, but Shiva was there. Shiva Vallabhaneni was there. So I just sat and listened to satsang. Then afterwards, I asked him, Shiva, that is Swamiji going to stay here tomorrow also? He said, no, we are leaving. We are leaving to Maryland. This weekend there is a program is there, live bliss program. So if you want to come, you can come. So then I went home and I told my wife, and I said I want to go to this program. So and along with that, I have one more friend by the name Benu, and I also asked them, see if you want to join. Okay, so then what it was, okay, he said, yeah, I will also join. So we all went in a car and we went to one of my friend's house in Maryland, and then we started at the program, today program, live research. It was done in a basement, some rich guy's house. I don't know who that whose house was that. So it was done in a basement, and then Swami started this 7 chakras and everything, all these 7 chakras.
The LVP program is a 2-day program or 1-day program?
2-day program. It's a 2-day program, and he started giving that initial topic, and then meditation. Initial topics on meditation. So we were like going through that program. So when there is a meditation called Dukkha Harana, which is from Muladhara. So it is from Shiva Tantra. So that meditation, when we did that meditation, and somehow I felt like a deep silence happened, which was a little curious for me. I mean, I was never experienced till that time that deep silence. It's like as if like I can't hear anything. It's like silence within me. So I was like astonished. Swami said, okay, after the meeting, just sit. Don't do anything, just sit. And just experience that, and just stay there. Okay, don't move around and everything. So we just sat, and I experienced that deep silence, and that is only the second meditation. I think first is Anahata, next is Dukkha Harana. So then we went into next meditations, and it went flow through well and everything. Then afterwards, once we did the meditations and everything, Sahasrara meditation is there. Once that is done, Swamiji gave us the initiation. Like he touches the third eye, and then he.
So once after the meditation, he started giving diksha.
After the 7 meditations are completed, so final darshan, and then Swamiji left, and we got that, and we went to sleep, and next day we went to our own place, New Jersey, and just somehow after coming from that meditation, I felt that I don't feel that there is. I feel that a body and the I in me are separate. So body actually, when you're thinking, right, I don't feel that I'm thinking. There's someone else who is thinking, but the I which is existing in me doesn't think. It just like awareness, sort of.
He's watching. He's witnessing. This something in you is thinking and doing things and all. But the real you, is witnessing what's happening.
Yeah, witnessing. But this you that I, it never felt that it is the one who is thinking. But there is a body which is doing its action, but the action is being not cognized by I. I was just witnessing, sort of.
Sakshi Bhuta, they call it in Sanskrit, or in the Hindu traditional term. You started.
That experience was there for almost.
Yeah, continue.
So that's what is like there for almost like 1 week.
So you are now. So now after this meditation, after came back to the 2-day boot camp, the meditation, then you experience the silence in you, and now you feel that you are different from the body, and the I he is not doing anything, just witnessing, watching, and looking at itself.
Yeah, someone else
And
is
then
thinking, someone is doing activities, but that someone is not syncing up with what my understanding was. See, our understanding is I'm doing everything, right? So
Hmm.
somehow that is not syncing up with my understanding. It's completely out of the game. I
Hmm.
never experienced that. So that's what was curious for me. Then immediately Swamiji was going to Seattle
Hmm.
within 1 or couple of weeks. Immediately I
Hmm.
booked one more program to Seattle. I came to Seattle
Oh, now actually you're now traveling with him.
again
No,
with the same program once again.
Yeah. So now what do you do? You heard of him, you met him in New Jersey, then you followed him to Virginia, and now you are following. Now it's a journey. Now you have to take a flight to go some other city. Hmm.
Yeah, I came. So here actually in Maryland, both myself and my wife attended, and also my friend.
Hmm.
All the three of
Hmm.
them attended.
Hmm.
But once I came here after maybe I don't know how long it is, maybe 1 month or 15 days or I don't know. Then I felt okay, let me go to Seattle also. So
Hmm.
Seattle also family did one program. So I came here and
So
I
you
did
went by
my
yourself, or you took your wife too?
no. This time I only came myself because
Hmm. Hmm.
she is for her that is enough. So that's
Hmm.
what she
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
I is only myself. So I'm curious. So I just went to the second program.
Hmm.
Uh, so second program went normal. I mean, there's nothing much because the first program is a kicker. So second program is just went normal. So I came back. So after
Hmm.
that, I mean, every year Swamiji used to come. We used to do some. We used to go to some satsangs be conducted in New Jersey itself. So every weekend I used to go to satsang. We used to do one meditation and one satsang sort of. Mostly we used to do
Hmm.
anartha meditation. That's humming meditation.
Hmm.
That do
Hmm.
humming for 20 minutes, then 10 minutes of silence. So that is what we used to do. Yeah, I was a little fulfilled.
Hmm.
So then every year Swamiji used to come and to New Jersey. We used to coordinate the program and work with the some coordinators and just make sure that the things are everything is all right and all those things. We used to work with local coordinators and we used to attend the at least Swamiji used to do at least 2 to 3 days of every time different topic. So
Hmm.
then initially started Shiva Sutras and all these things. Like he used to start Bhagavad Gita one time. So he came till 2009. So 2008, 2009 he came and used to do all those things. So we whenever Swami used to come to New Jersey, we used to do a program with him, and it's always a different experience. Every time program is always a different experience. So
Hmm.
second time he did NSP, Nitya
So you
Stoma.
somehow you got you hooked to. Now if you see your life from the beginning, right, from your
Mm,
childhood
mm,
until the college, and until you got married and then started questioning life, right? So your life was going okay, not a traditional Hindu practice life. Just then somehow once in a while you got used to the temple visits and all, and you used to have fun. And then your father is completely Western mindset, complete a Hindu, but thinking like a Westerner, right, following Western ideals of getting the education, do something, do seva, right? Even though Hindus have got seva and everything else, but he's attracted to the Western style of thinking, right? So you are all wasting time and then all. So then you got your engineering done, your master's done in engineering. Then you are a logical, mathematical kind of guy, reasoning guy. Then after the marriage, few years, couple of years into the marriage, you said, "Hey." Then you started questioning life. What is this meaning of life? What am I doing? Just is this all life? Then somebody said, "Hey, why don't you go to the meditation?" Then you tried the Raja Yoga. Didn't make much sense. Meanwhile, then somebody talked about Swamiji. Yeah, right. So the Swamiji means we call Swamiji fondly, but the public, the world calls him Swami Nityananda, right? So and then you attended the program and it got you experienced the deep silence within you. And then few days, even for a week after that, also you saw you are different from the body, and then your body. I mean, all the activities are happening, but you are witnessing it. You are not the doer. You are not the bhukta, not the doer. You are just the sakshi bhuta, witnesser, right? So that's what is going on. And then you just followed Swamiji for wherever he went. He went to from New Jersey to Maryland, and then the Seattle, and then continuously doing. And then after that, when Swamiji coming every year, you are following, and then every year you are getting a different experience and Shiva Sutras, Bhagavad Gita, And also you experienced the Jaina Sutras also, or no?
Jain Sutras,
Or the Yoga
Swamiji,
Sutras?
yeah, he used to tell, but when he came to New Jersey, mostly he covered Bhagavad Gita, I think Shiva Sutras, I think that's what.
Yoga
Jain
Sutras, and
Sutras
okay,
also,
that was
Swamiji
when.
talked about it.
Mm.
But I used to purchase DVDs and we used to watch them also. So those things are.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but
So
yeah, mostly I used to cover mostly New Jersey as well as New York, possibly because New York is nearby. Sometimes the programs, if they're in New York also, I used to go. I used to go along with my wife and.
So basically, you got hooked. Many people get hooked to sports and music or movies. Now you got hooked. A young guy, an engineer, and thinking guy, a logical guy, and now got hooked to a young sannyasi and then going with him, right? That's kind of very, right, opposite of what your parental conditioning and the societal conditioning, right? The entire parental conditioning, social conditioning, saying, hey, you go. And being in Western society, parents are in Indian society and the Hindu lifestyle and Hindu philosophy, but still they are living. But you are living in a Western society, and but started questioning the life, right? So then you are following. Okay, yeah, continue. Yeah, this is very interesting
So,
contrast. I was just drawing the interesting contrast, right? So your our parental conditioning was Western mindset, but no, the kids' mindset is like new kind of rebellion kind of thing, where you're always debating with your parents and the parental conditioning, and now following a young guru. So how did that be your friends and family and your parents especially? How did they, did they come to know from 2004 to 2009 or whatever? That so far were they aware that you are going after going with a young sannyasi?
yeah, I used to tell them, but they never used to get any cognition. Then what happened was, I think in 2008, I think Swamiji started the 21-day retreats. So basically, first time in 2008, I think.
Yeah, LB is our 3-month course, and then yeah, 21 days. So the
IA,
inner
yeah,
life is
Inner
engineering.
Awakening. Inner Awakening. First time Swami started in 2008, I think.
Yeah, okay.
So I think maybe I went for a second batch or a first batch. I don't know. It's in December, so I went there, and yeah, I felt little. Different in the sense that lots of concepts, lots of understandings, lots of theory, and lots of darshans, and everything was is going well. So sometimes it's my personal thing. So basically, after a 15, 20 days, 15, 17 days, I used to get bored. Somehow, last 3 or 4 days, I used to get bored. But overall 21 days is a nice journey. So I attended that first one. So then what happened was, then we got a break in 2009. That scandal happened, and like a little bit of like
Even the fake scandal,
yeah,
even the fake scandal happened
yeah,
in 2010.
fake
Yeah.
scandal. Yeah, fake scandal came out, and then a little bit disturbance. Basically, it's not about my experience, Swamiji. The experience is authentic. I cannot deny that, because if I deny that, I don't exist, right? So self doesn't. It's not like it's like a faking. So I was a little surprised. I don't know that inner details.
So the
So
persecution on Swamiji started in 2010. Yeah, in March. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, but because of your strong experience, you're not able to deny your experience.
Yeah, my experience is Swamiji is able to give that experience to me. So that is the fact. Okay, that's the truth. Okay, then nothing denial there. So is it like going to Walmart, buying something, and that product is fake? No, not that way. It's like my experience, right? I experienced it. That's mine. So that was never wrong, but I was not clear about what is the things going on internally, right? It's like a drama going on. So I was just waiting. So what is happening? And so then afterwards, we moved to Dallas in 2011. Okay, 2011 we moved to Dallas, and then I connected with you and Masu Praja, and so then I was like coming to satsang every weekly or monthly or whatever the way another satsang that I used to attend. Then 2012 again we went to IA, that is in Cruise in Singapore.
Cruise, Singapore,
Cruise,
then all over.
Yeah, so there's a vast difference from 2008 IA to 2012 IA. 2012 is completely, it's like a different, the Swamiji which we see who was talking about meditation at that point in time. The Swamiji was, now he is Kala Bhairava. So like the darshans and everything is very energetic and very vibrant, very, I mean, for a person who is logical, that's a little odd. Okay. So yeah, that went out very good. I mean, like experience wise, darshan, and as well as continuously sitting with Swamiji. It's as a different, but the experience which I have in the first one, right? I didn't experience the same thing as I go through. So maybe the conditioning, whatever it is, right? So everything is new. So just going through the phase, nothing much, no, nothing else, nothing much of an experiences as such in 2012. So just casual. It's just going through, living with Swamiji and listening. Swamiji used to like awaken our Kundalini, and he used to, and he used to spend some time and talk and all those things. We used to listen and just follow. Okay, so 2012. So then afterwards, again, till the time my wife is not still. I mean, she didn't attend any IA as such, and so she was going through some trouble. I mean, she has her own understanding, right? So so I was like trying to tell, okay, I will never go anywhere. So people think that, right? Once you are like into these things and you might take sannyas or anything. I always used to say I was not a person of a sannyasi guy, so that's not my. I'm a grihastha, so you cannot even think that I'll take a sannyas. Just be the way it is. So
your wife was afraid that you might, dump the samsari life and then become a sannyasi?
Yeah, sannyasi, that's what she was afraid of.
She was scared, and then she had going through the insecurity and then trying to stop you.
Insecurity of life, sometimes we used to have a fight, and that's there. You already know it, so it's nothing much.
Yeah. No, I know, but I want the people to know, right? Yeah.
So basically, whenever I used to have a problem, I used to call Bhagwan. Oh, Bhagwan, please help me. So he used to come, like he used to tell his own understanding, and sometimes it used to work out, sometimes it used to backfire him also.
Yeah. Right.
So it used to backfire him also. So I think, so overall, I mean, she's not a person who can really upset anyone. So overall, I mean, things were the way they are.
She's very, I mean, she's extremely logical, and her grasping is, I mean, yeah, right. Her grasping and her understanding is really amazed me, right?
Yeah, she's fast, little bit, yeah.
She's an extremely logical, intellectual, questioning type, right? Challenging type, right? That's normally every thinking human being have to do, and then she does more than that. She's extremely talented, and then in that, she's also qualified. Yeah, continue.
So after we did with 2012, so again, then we were just going through a journey of life. So
but all these things, okay, before I go into this 2012 journey, so but all along, right? So how are you? How is your friends? How are your friends? No, one is on your wife. Okay, she's also she enjoyed Swamiji's program. She liked it. She's going, and then she's going through this the thing. Oh, what will happen to my husband? Will he become a sannyasi? That insecurity is going, and then on and off, right? And after this defamation case against Swamiji, and then the persecution and all, then the real questions come. Do we really need to follow him? Why do we want to do all that? And right, that kind of questions would have happened to you, and not you, but to your wife and others. So, but meanwhile, from 2004 to 2012, how were your friends and your parents and relatives? How were they reacting? What were they saying to you?
Yeah, 2009, everything was okay. Everything hunky-dory.
So they were with you. They were not surprised. Your friends or family and nobody until the persecution. Yeah, until the persecution.
Yeah, until the persecution. I mean, they're okay. They're fine. I used to invite people. They used to come to satsangs. They used to come to programs, and not an issue at all. So after that,
how about your parents? Parents about Swamiji?
My parents at the time, I mean, because there are, I think, once I did that LBP program, I sent my mother, my sister, and my cousin to Bangalore. Okay, I told them, you guys need to go there. So they went there, and they had some good experience too. So they didn't share me what their experience was, but overall they felt good and they're happy about it. So that I took care of it. And after I completed my in 2012, after I completed my couple of IAs, I thought of sending my sister and my mother to IA also. In 2015, maybe before 2015, maybe 2014 or 2013. The IAs are happening in Varanasi. So I sent my mother and because my father was not up to it. So I sent my mother, I sent my sister and my brother-in-law. I think my sister and my mother only, and the kids who are there, and they went to IA. So they also had nice experience. So in 2013 or 2014, okay. So they're okay. I mean, I know they are also not. They believe the experience. They don't believe in what others say. But the only thing is, it's always a conflict, right? When you talk to other people, they're understanding. Every time we need to make them understand that is whatever has happened is not true. Okay, that is always a challenging part. Okay, so we used to face that issue whenever we talk to anyone else. We are promoting, right? So there's always a concern, always a issue for any new person. They don't say outrightly, but they don't neither they accept, right? So it's always every person is like, we need to fight with him and make him understand, then bring him to this thing. There's always a challenge, which I always face. So nothing to do with friends. Friends are the way they are. I mean, with their understanding. But thing is, only when they are open, only when they are ready to hear. I mean, then if you say something, it makes sense, right? So that's where always a conflict with outsiders happens. So 2015, we went to Varanasi. We did the program, and at the time, I took my wife also. So she went to the 21-day program, and she got pretty beaten up with the questions and everything, and she was like literally tired by end of the program.
But questions by who?
Questions by her only. So Swamiji and lots of her questions, and I mean. Of course, she enjoyed the program, but the problem is, kid was also there. So kid was also attending the kids program. So she got a little challenged. Then after 10 days, I joined the program. So then we're okay. So her mother is also there she's not there in the program, but she was supporting.
Helping her with the child and everything. Yeah,
child and everything. She was supporting in 2015. So then again in 20...
So before we go further, so meanwhile from 2010, this fake scandal, the persecution of Swamiji, defaming of Swamiji has started, right? Personal attacks on Swamiji started. So from 2010 to 2015 or whatever the time we were now doing. So what was that your parents? Let's go into that. So what was your father saying, mother saying, or your other close relatives or friends saying about Swamiji, why you want to follow Swamiji, or what were they saying, and how you are coping up with that?
Yeah, there are not much resistance from directly on my face because I outrightly used to say, okay, that is of course, though I don't know that complete every detail of it, but that is not true. We used to say that, right? So we don't know the complete detail of it, but we always say that is not true. I always used to say that is not true because I cannot deny my experience. Okay, so that happened. Then afterwards, I used to tell them that that is not true, and even in family also. I mean, my father never used to believe anything. I mean, he is not like
from beginning he doesn't have
have a cognition at all. My mother never used to complain about it. She never used to say anything. She used to ask, "Oh, is that true? Is that true?" And I said, "That is not true." Because initially I don't have information. Then afterwards, once we got all the information, we used to say that is not true, right? Initially, from 2010 to maybe 2011, maybe once I met you guys, between that time there is some phase where we don't have information. Okay, we don't have information.
The chaos is a total chaos because we don't know what's happening.
Yeah, we don't know what's
chaos, and Sangha was going through the chaos.
What is happening? So then afterwards, I think Swamiji uploaded the video to lots of outside outside India experts, like upload the video and tell them that frames, what is that? Is that true? I mean, what is that? Why? Can you please give me your synopsis or understanding about these videos? So my always question is, why does a person who is guilty, right? A person is guilty, again go and check the frames and everything. What's the point, right? It doesn't make a point. It doesn't really, the argument doesn't weigh. Why a person, for example, if I am the culprit, why do I take my video and show that to the lots of vendors and ask them, say, can you please tell me each video, the frame and everything? That doesn't make sense. That logic itself completely was broken. So people don't understand that, right? So why does a guilty, for example, if we say guilty, then why you go to several people and say, can you please check each frame, like do your synopsis on these frames, are this true, is this video true, and why will anyone will ask? Okay, that is simple.
Logically, I mean, you are a logical guy. Say, hey, he already knows what he's doing, and then why he would go around go to a third party and say, hey, and check it out if this is real.
So I mean, that shows me that is a fake video. And also, even we have saw that in Sun News, that one of the guy who said that he said that is video is fake, and he himself told. But the problem is that news never came as a public, right? It should be published to everyone. So who is listening, right? People want news, but they don't want the what happened later, right? I mean, what exactly was happening. So they never want that part, right? They don't want the complete synopsis. They want just the buzzing news.
The masala. They want the masala, spice. They want spice. They want masala. Nobody wants that.
Because that's how you will get to TRP ratings, right? So that's what was sold on internet, and the internet was completely down on that day, like almost like entire world. They experienced the slowdown. Okay. So during that time frame, I mean, lots of people are asking me. I said, I don't know the details. So then afterwards, slowly the truth came out. So still truth came out, but still their belief was not gone. We cannot change their understanding. That is the challenging part, which I observed. I used to be in lots of chats trying to answer the questions, and they always used to refer to the videos. I used to say, the video is fake. So still they don't believe. Since the problem is, you cannot make them believe. I don't know how to go to the deeper layers of understanding. It's like a argument. Every time it's an argument, fight. Though we show them, they don't believe it. They want to believe what they want to believe. There's nothing much you cannot unless until he's really a real logical person. Real logical person will be able to understand. The emotional person you cannot say to them. That's the biggest challenge. So when that happened, I have conflict within family, and my father never, because he used to care about it. So I didn't really tell much of this information to my father. So he is always hard work. He never used to believe. I mean, even if I send something also, he doesn't. I don't know whether he watches or not.
Because they already have a very strong, right? He's got already a strong idea of life and strong philosophy of life. So all these, okay, oh, my son is misguided. That's okay, let him come around. So that's all he says.
He always thinks that way,
Yeah, my son is already from day one, from beginning of life, he just misguided, and then he's going around. So anyway, as he grow older, he will learn. That's what he said. Right?
He left me. He doesn't even argue me. He doesn't even say anything. And because
I think so. Let me, 1 second before we go further. So continue. Finish your thought, and I wanted to. I wanted to say something. Continue, and then let him say. Continue, Bharat. Then after that we'll ask.
So till 20, I was there till 2015. So my wife also attended the IA and she completed. And my kid also did her first mini kids IA in 2015 in front of Swamiji's presence. So she completed her first birthday, I think third birthday there only in the program itself. So when she got the blessing from Swamiji. So I mean, till then, I mean, the only thing which is a challenging part is arguments. Whenever because except Sangha.
These arguments is very interesting. We'll come here. Okay, let's take a logical break, and then I'll ask. So, Gyanatmaya, you were saying something? And also Gauri Bhatta also was saying something. Yeah, go ahead. So go ahead. You were saying something.
I was just sharing. There's so many pertinent aspects. One of the main things I'm sort of seeing is Bharataya sharing about how he, if even if I say one word about meditation program or my guru, so much so much attack is coming. So there's be so many things. If I speak about, I drink Pepsi Cola or Coca-Cola, or I drink orange juice or apple juice, there's no problem, right? Yeah. My friends are not attacking me for that. They're not saying your life decisions are wrong, your meditation is wrong, even though they are not involved in that, they will not be involved in their own part of that life. But the freedom to attack me based on a guru, the freedom to attack me and malign my lifestyle because of a guru is there. Not because I choose oatmeal or cornflakes, but if I speak one word about a meditation program. So just one of the things I'm seeing is, the anti-Hindu attack, the Hindumisia, that to this extent you can permeate the entire society, right? It's a very interesting thing how the false attacks on a guru permeates the entire society. So society themselves takes on that perspective of destroying gurus. That is such an interesting thing that, and I just had to note that I mentioned Sun TV. His name is Saxena, the former COO of Sun TV, later went before the courts and testified with other people, saying this was a strategy that Sun TV used in many situations to extort money from people. And he said specifically that's the case they did in the Nityananda case. And he gave examples of how they did it in other cases. They said, we'll continuously air, like if there's a factory, we'll record a old woman speaking in front of the factory saying so much pollution is making us all sick. They will continuously air that for hours and hours on various news stations until they get the extortion from that factory company. So.
Yeah. So Gauri Bhartaya, you are saying something? Okay. So yeah, continue. So the attacks were continuing, and then so the people, if they are real logical thinking people, thinking like scientific mindset, so they are understanding and then at least they're debating. But there is the other section of the society where they don't want to listen to the logic, they don't want to question the logic, they don't want to pursue logically or with the evidence and objectively. Those people are like bashing, hitting, and all that. So that was your life. Continue. Yeah, go ahead.
So till from 2014 to 2018, okay, that's the area where I was a little bit, I used to send program information because sometimes it used to happen in your house or maybe other houses, a lot of programs, right? So conduct some programs in my house too. So whenever I used to share that mail, and I used to get continuous attacks in the sense that they don't really understand. They always used to share that woman's agony. Okay, she just cries in front of TV, and one of the guy used to say, "Oh, she's my classmate. Actually, I was really not happy with this." And,
so the false case of that woman, right? The false case of that woman accusing Swamiji's, having her raped 50 times all over the US, all over India.
That is one of the no-brainer thing. I mean, people, how do the people believe? Okay, what is the point? Doesn't make sense. I mean, she's just trying to confuse everyone. See, the problem is the woman's sentiment, right? Woman's sentiment, it actually deeply.
But let's talk about the women's sentiment, right? So she's like all of us. We came from India. She's also Hindu, right? Then she went to masters in US, so she's not an average person. And her husband also, I think, went to masters. So they were all married, and then they had she had some rare disease where it's like as contagious as AIDS, right? And then she went to Swamiji for healing, right? And then later on, so she turns around and saying that Swamiji has raped her 50 times all over the US and all over India. So, I mean, so you get raped once, how can you get raped so many times? You go from the stay the time. That's what I'm not just making fun. I have a great respect for women. We don't want to do whatever, even once they shouldn't be, and that kind of atrocity should not happen, right? But this woman in America, if she claims, all you do is call 911. That's it, right? Then they will, no matter who the guy is or the girl is, and they will just take you. Even when Bush was a sitting president, when Junior Bush was a sitting president, his grandkids or his kids were asking for what is that? He was sitting, his kids went to a hotel or restaurant, asked for the beer. They're under 21, or asked for alcohol, and they were booked under the case. And then the senior Bush, the grandfather Bush, went to the court to help the kids, and they got punished, and then they had to do the community service as per the law, right? So in US, even the sitting president's children were booked for violating the law. So there is nobody is above the law. See, if that is the case, this girl be living here. If somebody misbehaved with her, she should have called 911 or sued, right? Or why would he go from place to place to get raped and then go all over? I mean, it looks very sensitive, very demeaning kind of thing. But that kind of case she filed on Swamiji, one in US, one in India, nobody wants to hear that case. Then he's been thrown out of the US court, has already proved that that's a false case. And she just, filed a false case against Swamiji. It's been not only it's proven false, and the court has fined her almost $500,000, I think 400K or something. Almost $500,000. Fined her for saying a false case, And so he's been there. And then also that the evidence has been submitted to the Bangalore High Court. Bangalore High Court acknowledged it. And now that lady is living in India, and the Bangalore court has given the authorization to collect the money at 3% rate of interest. That's already there. Is on record. We can show all the links here. But that was a thing. It's a real story. But then what is now you tell the story which you hear from the media.
So that guy used to always say that, okay, one of my chill, I can show you all the evidence, and he just shows the same thing what is there in YouTube, right? YouTube. The problem is anyone can upload anything, right? So that is the problem. So the authenticity of the thing, even YouTube also doesn't check. So whatever they upload is what people see, like because the
YouTube doesn't get it beyond their life, because it's your opinion. You have a freedom of right to express whatever you want to say, as long as somebody doesn't have a problem with that. So why would somebody care?
So he always used to refer to this in the entire group. So basically what happens is when entire group sees this type of message, right, they back off. Though they are interested in meditation, they always think that why should I go and unnecessarily put myself into these new things, right? So
the controversies, they don't want to get into controversies or conflicts. Why would I want to get into a controversy?
They don't want to get into conflicts unnecessarily. Why unnecessarily? This is the only guy he sends every time the message whenever I send a program. Okay, so this is all. I always used to tell him that is your incompletion, and that is all false. Okay, there is a lot of
that's your problem. That's your opinion. That's not true.
Say them. But again and again, whenever I send that program, he used to send this chat message, right? I used to. I don't defend. I used to answer him the way I need to answer. Okay, it's not that I'm just trying to be nice with him. No, I used to really strongly tell him what is the truth and everything. But the problem is he already the people, they just go by what they see, right? I mean, they don't.
Prejudged notions, conceived ideas.
So all those things used to happen, and in the community, when I was there, other than people who had experiences with Swamiji, I really couldn't get a single person to satsang. Okay. So because it's a common group, so everyone is saying, some people used to ask questions slowly because I'm a friend. Okay, is it really happened? I used to say no. So I used to tell them, if you want to share me the information which is already there, I can share the information. If you want to, you can talk, not an issue. So some people who are really interested, they'll say, I will come. Then this guy used to the back end, and he's a Shiva Bhakta. The problem is he is Shiva Bhakta. He says to other people and saying that, okay, don't go there, all these things, right? So all this
being a Shiva Bhakta, the only problem is they believe in the westernized concept of Hinduism or the Western drishti, right? And then, but again, they are not completely following the Western methodology. Also, Western methodology, what does it say? A scientific methodology or mindset. Don't blindly accept anything. Don't blindly reject anything. Keep an open mind and look at it, right? And then find your own truth. But they're not following that too, right? They're in between. They're, if I have to use a Hindu drishti, Hindu lens or Hindu gaze, they're Trishanku Sorga, means they're not on the earth, they're not on the earth, and they're not on the heaven. They are somewhere in between, right? So they're not taking that side or this side, they're in between. They're confused. They're all in Trishanku Sorga. Yeah. Continue.
So that's how it used to be always whenever I coordinate trying to schedule satsang. So most of the people who have done some programs with Swamiji, those are the people most of the times used to come. Sometimes new odd people used to come, like they have some issues, problems, anything. They used to come and they used to a little bit of they used to experience, sort of like a few families are there who came later. That's like Ram and other people. They came later. They are a little bit involved. Okay, so they understood the truth, and so I mean, couldn't really win that. Can't really encroach that area where a lot of misunderstanding. I mean, see, the thing was they see the drishti need to be really applied. See, whatever I said is true. The drishti, the way how we need to think for anything, right? That will really clarify our mind. Okay, if something is wrong, okay, then go into the details. Go into the details. Why it was, if we really are interested, go into the details and make sure that they get to the details and try to understand what is right, what is wrong. The other option is, second option is somehow go sit in front of Guru and see what you experience. Okay, there's also second option. But thing was, the first one is actually blocking a lot of people, even everywhere, right? I mean, we try to advertise, people blast us, people with preconceived notions, they blast us. Of course, we'll be able to defend, not a problem. Other thing was, it's like a constant defending, constant trying to share what is truth, but you need to have people to listen, right? I mean, and the problem is, why do they need to really listen, right? Unless until they are our close friends, they will at least put some ear to us and see that, okay, what is truth in it. But the problem is, they really don't care. Yeah, I follow what I want to follow, sort of. So that's where the entire drishti is being not being looked at in the right way. So that need to be adopted. That need to be understood. That need to be. It's not only it helps them overall. Not only whatever they are following, let them follow, but it also helps them their understanding the truth by having this drishti. Because just not by seeing a picture doesn't mean that that is the truth in it. No, for whatever reasons, truth means you need to go a little bit more deeper, not just seeing a picture. See, these days anyone can frame you. Even they can frame me also. Put some pictures and they can frame me. Not a biggie. But the thing was, as a close friend, you might say that okay, he doesn't do that. But the thing was, for outsider, in the picture, so that's the truth, right? So these days, this manipulation is going a little bit too extreme with the internet and all these things, right? You need to have a little bit of a mind to do research and to do, for example, even in WhatsApp messages, some of them are like fake, some of them are truth. But how do you determine which is fake, which is true? That those things people are trying to search in Google and say, oh, this is fake. Okay, so those type of things need to be into the human mind. They need to think that way. Otherwise, it's a challenging to find out the right person where you're going, right? So that's what my view was.
So basically, so the people are not truth seekers. They just don't want to take the time to understand the truth. They just want to blindly hang on to whatever the garbage that is being thrown at them. Right? They come with preconceived notions, and they're not using the scientific vigor to test, and they're not keeping an open mind and see. Even though their close friend is talking, and so instead of giving a benefit of doubt to the close friend, they are giving a benefit out to the the internet, which has got a bias, right? See, whereas in your case, the Swamiji is not your father, mother, or I mean, he doesn't be like he's not your father, or he's your not tata, or you're not brother, or anybody. I mean, he's nobody because you are the Telugu guy and Swamiji is a Tamil and born somewhere far away. So why would somebody vehemently defend this guru or this sannyasi, right? That fundamental question they're all missing. You're feeling inside, but you didn't know how to really get to their head and heart and saying, hey man, yes, he's nobody to me. He's after all a total stranger to me. But he made a contribution to my life. They made a fundamentally changed me, answered all my questions, given me an experience, and which cannot be denied. So instead of asking me why am I vehemently supporting him or defending him or following him in spite of all the false, instead of all the lot of mudslinging thrown at him, and so you were not able to get through their mind or the heart. That was your struggle for in the beginning stages, and it's still the same struggle, or it's continuing from the beginning even
So
today?
till 2015, 2018, yeah, we used to host satsangs, right? I mean, this used to be struggle. But the thing was, whoever is coming, they are coming. That used to be, it's a very very slow pace. It's not like the way we share information. The ratio is very not so great. Okay, and it used to drop a lot. So once after that, I got a job in Seattle, so I moved here. So here, basically, I'm just going to temple and supporting temple activities, all those things. Okay, so that's what has been my life. And yeah, somehow when in the house also we have some. I mean, I myself and my wife used to have some conflicts.
Debates,
Yeah,
discussions, conflicts,
yeah,
arguments.
arguments and all those things used to happen. So in between, once I mean, this is something which I need to share. So in 2015, after 2015, after we attend the IA, and somehow we have a lot of conflicts in family. So then somehow I was just like. I think maybe I might have asked Swamiji, please help me in this scenario. Of course, I didn't call him, I didn't say anything. But somehow I got a call from Houston saying that, okay, I think you guys both need to go to a program, 2016's IA. You need to go, you need to do some cleanup. So how he knows that we are and everything, looks like at that point in time, those guys show all the pictures of the people who are there in Sangha, who need to attend the program. Looks like that's what I heard from Sri Shivagnana. So they Swami saw all these pictures and said, these two people need to come to IA. Next IA. That's what he said. He said it seems. So then Aya called me and he said that you two people need to come to this next IA. There's no looks like our Rashis are not doing good. So that's what that's what Swamiji said, it seems. So I said, okay, let me do it. But it took some I went through some inner misunderstanding, and afterwards so I cleared out, and then we went to that IA. So at that IA, myself and also my wife's mom also, she attended the IA in 2016. So that is the last IA, 2016. Huh? Yeah, 2016 is the last IA with Swamiji. And then I think we did one in 2020, Paramashivoham, which is online program. There, my wife got a little bit more connected, so she was having nice experiences, and she was doing a puja charya now in temple. So I'm just doing because I like temple, so I was doing like a front desk duties, and whenever they need some help, I used to go and help them. So that's what. So that's my life. So whenever I choose, right, I like to be staying around the temple. So even in Dallas, I used to stay near to that Hanuman temple. So temple is there. So here also, after coming here, I thought, okay, let me take a house near the temple. So I was close to the temple. Somehow I like at least.
Somehow you're connected from childhood. Connection to the temple happened, even though you are an intellectual, logical, and questioning type.
It's not.
Right?
Yeah, it's not that I want something out of it, but I like the space. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, I know. I'm not trying to make you feel guilty. I'm just telling, even though on one side, the parental conditioning, societal conditioning is Western, completely Western mindset, and then your education also start. I mean, is in engineering, they again the scientific background, and your wife is also from again the engineering background, and you work in IT. Again, the questioning, analysis, and logical, objective type. In spite of all that, but your heart and mind says, hey, I need to be in the space of a temple. That's good to hear. So that's a good story, and a real, of course, story means not story, it's a real story, right? Biographical story. So when we were going through this persecution or fake scandal, defaming Swamiji and the false charges from 2010 to until, right? So you are not able to convince them, or not able to answer their questions or concerns, or are not able to do. They're continuously attacking the in the debates and things like that. So are you able to answer them now? Now that we are in 2021, are you able to do it? Are you still are any hanging questions which you could not answer? You want to answer and see if and some of our people who are here, the audience, they may have those answers or the same questions. What kind of questions are you able to answer all your friends now?
Answering is not a problem at all for me.
No, but are they accept when you answer? But how is the response? How is their acceptance?
Response is not so. I mean, response is how they take it, right? So it just see when a person comes directly in front of me and we argue, we tell them the truth. There's a different thing, okay? When you are in a chat, you are like hiding, right? You can send something and you can just hide. Right? Don't need to.
No, all these are all on the chat, not on the
not
on the phone or not on the phone or the in person. Not on Zoom.
Personal phone. So it's just like a chat, and they listen, they will just throw away. So when you put something like that right in the chat, a lot of people will get doubts, right? So they'll ask who is it, and for example, if it's a North Indian, they might not never have heard about Swamiji, right? So they will ask, oh, what happened, what is this, and then when they get the details and they listen to a friend who is sharing, they think that he's sharing the truth, right? When I am trying to say, they think that I am defending the truth. So end of the day, the output is less, right? So if they're really curious and they can't come, I used to call several people. Very turnout is very low. Some of them used to.
So the one question is, who is Nityananda? Then what is the other question?
Most of the questions are around the scandal only, nothing else. I mean, they will just put that scandal into on YouTube, and they just say that okay, this has happened, and all these things they'll always bring to the same topic, right? So I assume that is not true. This is just your incompletion, okay? And I also have the truth I can share. I used to share the links also. But the thing was, who has time, who has energy? Why do they need to? I mean, I don't know what their perspective was.
No, but so all the questions since 2010 until today, what are the questions? One is, who is Nityananda? Then what is their other question?
The question is about the scandal only. Just scandal.
The scandal. I mean, even in the scandal, what is that in the scandal? Are they specific? Or what is their
scandal? YouTube scandal, fake, sort of. Yeah, their only understanding was he was fake guru, sort of. That's it. Simple.
Okay, fake guru. Okay, fake guru. Fake guru means on what basis? Are they okay? Are they? Did you ever drill down and say? Okay, no, scandal means
they don't have a before that, they don't have any right to say anything about Swamiji, right? I mean, Swamiji was really he's like very powerful. He's like he can give experience, and he never had any complaints, right? And he never had any complaints. And also after the scandal, only lots of.
I want you to say fake scandal because you don't believe in scandal, right? It's a fake scandal. The persecution.
It's a fake scandal. It's a fake scandal, and a lot of people refer to that fake scandal, and they just create a doubt, right?
No, that's what I'm saying. So have you drilled down? Are they saying Swamiji is having affairs? Or are they saying that he raped people? Or he what do you call that? Fooled people and then took money and then cheated people? What are their claims?
that level of detail we didn't ask once. So basically, so it used to end up.
So
So
this is what I am saying.
chat.
Okay. Now what happens? This is what most of Swamiji's disciples, this is my experience. Let me share with you, right? Most of the time, the moment you say, if they hear somebody, a non-Sangha person, hears that your Swamiji's follower, or Swami Nityananda's followers, or Swamiji's disciple, or you are a devotee, or anyway, any form or shape you're connected to Swamiji, or you have a good opinion, and you there, immediately they react, right? Oh, this is this and that. But what happens is, you never drill down. Most of the people and the Sangha members with the non-Sangha, we're not actually asking, so what did you hear? So what did you hear about Swamiji, and what is that you heard, and what is that you have an objection? What is the problem you heard? What is the problem you see in Swamiji, and what is that? Have you ever drilled down? Have you personally?
I mean, for their questions?
Yeah, questions.
I used to ask them. They used to say, she's my friend, she got affected, and I always ask them.
No, that's not. So going for, here's the thing.
Okay.
I'll share my examples and it might help you. First of all, oh, you heard Swamiji? I said, yeah. So is it the same thing? They'll say, okay. So I used to react saying, defending Swamiji is innocent. The cases have been proven. There are 20 cases, all of them thrown out. There's no case is pending. There's only one illegal case. I mean, actually, unconstitutional illegal case where there is no victim. The case is pending, but there's no victim. And they're advertising for the victim to come. You cannot, it never happens in the world. Nowhere in India, nowhere in the world, you won't register a case without a victim. First, somebody complains saying that my rights are violated or something happened to me, you will register a case. But here they have registered a case and looking for victims. In that case, they should have, any claims of, wrongdoing, then they should first investigate. Find there is a wrongdoing, and then you need to find the culprit and file a case and then prosecute. That's a state's job. That's a government job right here. So when they ask this, I want you to, Bharat, I want you to in the future, when they talk to you, ask them. So what did you hear? What did you hear about Swamiji?
One second. One second. I need to put my charge. Let me.
Yeah. Go ahead. So Nitya, Gyanatmaya, what were you saying? Hate speech. I know the hate speech also. See, they may start abusing, but if you ask, have you ever asked Gauri Bhattaya, are you available to talk? Okay, so this is one thing I have noticed. Sangha members also, they don't drill down the question. Okay, what did you hear about Swamiji? So tell me what you heard. Instead of that, what are we doing? What Sangha is in general, I don't know about it, but general overall thing, and including me, I used to do, but not anymore. But I used to do that. Oh, immediately start defending Swamiji without knowing what their problems were, what their concerns were, or what their questions were, right? Without the claim, without listening to their claim, specific claim, right? So we ourselves were defending. So I want you to, Bharataya, I want you to ask this question. So what did you hear? That's the number one question you should ask. No, they said it's a fake guru. Okay, so how is he fake guru? Have you listened to his satsangs? Have you visited him? Have you really met him? And did you attend his darshans, or the diksha? Or what? How can you say you are the fake? And what is your standard? What is the benchmark? Let's say you want to compare a phone, right? You compare with another phone, or the old phone and new phone, right? The old phone. So there should be a benchmark. There should be a model to go against. So what is your benchmark? What are you comparing? Are you comparing the Vedas or Upanishads or the Puranas or Itihasa? What are you talking about? If they are talking a fake guru, so okay, is his the teachings are false? Is he teaching anything false? Or do you believe he's got an affair? Or what do you hear? What did you hear? What is your source of information? First of all, ask what did they hear about, and what the problems they have with Swamiji, number one. And then what is their complaint? First, listen to their complaint. Listen to their objection to Swamiji. Then once you know what their complaint is, you'll be able to answer. But most of that, what are we doing? We are answering a generic thing which we don't know what they are looking for. Yeah, right? So that's a fundamental question. So these are all the 3, 4 questions I have seen. Oh, he's a fake guru. Oh, really? So what happened? So what did he do to you? Oh, he didn't, nothing did to me or my person, my family. So then what did he do to Hinduism? Right? The only other connection, if he has not done anything personally, things wrong to you, right? See, he didn't cause any personal damage to you or your family or friends. Then the next one is, then the only other connection you have is he's an Indian and then the Hindu guru. So since he's a guru, he's a sannyasi. So how did he harm the Hinduism as a guru? What did he fail? How did he bring, ill fame to Hinduism? They have no questions. Oh, I have. So, what did you hear? Yes, I heard so many things. Yes, I understand. There are a million people saying million things. But what did you hear in particular? So, oh, he's raped somebody. Oh, really? So, do you know the story? Who is it? Do you know the rape victim? Do you know the victim of that rape? No, you don't know the rape. So then say he's having. Then some people say, oh, he's having an affair. Okay, really, he's having an affair. So, tell me, where in Hinduism having an affair is a problem? Until Shankaracharya, all the Hindu gurus were, followed the samsara life. All rishis only. Rishi have a rishi patni, right? So, okay. So, if you go back before, then even let's say, if you want to say, even Brahma Rishi Vishwamitra also slipped. So, are you saying he slipped? So, if he slipped, even when Vishwamitra was there, when Ramba and Urasi, they have come, and then the Indra played a trick on him, and then he fell for it, and then he did it. So are you saying he's patita? He fell down from that, his vows of sannyasi. So what is your problem? If he's having an affair, if there is no crime, right? If he raped somebody, yes, there should be a case, he should face the law, and then the what do you call, the delivery of the justice has to be given. Right? No matter, nobody is above the law. I agree. If Swamiji has done the thing, he has to face the justice. Absolutely, I agree with you. But what is the claim, right? Then if he's having an affair, so what is that? If they're two consenting people, when he's having an affair, two consenting adults are having an affair. That's what it is. If that's the case, what is the problem to you or Hinduism? This is the one you need to ask them. You should start asking questions. You should tell them, okay, in Vishwamitra also slipped. So are you saying Swamiji slipped like Vishwamitra? Brahma Rishi, Vishwamitra, he slipped and then later on he did sadhana and became a Brahma Rishi, right? The highest of rishis, right? Are you saying Swamiji is having that? So what is the problem? There are only 2-3 claims I want you to know. One is he's causing damage to Hinduism, or he has raped somebody, or he's having an affair. Now recent cases are that kidnapping. How can there be a kidnap? The guy father comes and puts 5 children, four of his children in the Gurukul, or 5 as 2 plus 2, yeah, 4 of his children in Gurukul, and then the underage kids are already is taken care, and the kids who are 18 and above wants to stay back. So how is that is called a kidnap, right? See, if they kidnap, then all the 4 kids should not have been given back, right? Then he's got the custody of the minor kids, but then the older kids who are all major, like according to the law, and they went to the court and say, hey, they gave a statement to the court and saying that we're all adults, we have a choice to do. Why my father was wrong, my parents were wrong. They abused Swamiji, they used all the money, filtered all the, like he took away the money and then cheated the ashram and then the people's money, right? So this is another case. So where are the facts? There are only 4 or 5 claims they say. Where is the problem? I want all the Sangha members to ask these questions and answer them based on your own experience, why you believe. There are no active cases except one which they have been, Supreme Court told, the High Court said, just dispose of the case. These fellows are just using a procedural obstacles to extend the case so that they can always finger in, right? That's the only thing. It's just a lawfare. It's just an absolute crazy, right? They just want whoever is doing this. Maybe the media is doing because they can get masala, right? Free advertisement, right? The reason is we, Swamiji's followers who believe Swamiji is innocent, not taken up on the cases, and we ourselves didn't know because it's a huge Kurukshetra war as waged against Swamiji and us. We didn't know how to react. But this is my thing. After that, nobody started asking questions. When they asked me, okay, so what do you believe? So he's having an affair. So what? How is that a problem? No, you need to get to that force that question. Okay, so what do you believe? He's gonna having an affair. So what is the problem? They're having an affair, right? In our Puranas, all it has so many times happened. Indra made mistakes. Vishwamitra made mistakes. So many people mistakes. So are you saying? So if he's got an affair, he's not a sinner, then don't go to him. You have a doctor. He's a real estate broker. he's not honest. He just cheated somebody, or he's a lawyer, he's not up to the mark, or he's a doctor, he's not up to the mark. And you think, why don't you treat him like that? What is the problem? If you think you want a spiritual guru, he didn't cause any family, any harm to you or the society. And what kind of, the right do you have to abuse a person whom you have no clue, just based on the media reports? And which these people are not 100% verifiable. There's so many media reports which are all false, but they keep doing it. Let's, for example, Shankaracharya of Kanchi, he's been accused of murdering somebody, and the Supreme Court concluded, beyond doubt that he's 100% is innocent, is completely innocent. But how many Hindus know about? How many Indians know? How much the society knows? Nobody. And then they attacked Ramdev Baba, saying that he was using human bones in his merchandise, right? That's all false cases. So it is that somebody is doing some conspiracy is going on against Hindus and Hindu gurus and Hinduism, and this is part of that game. We don't know who those are, but definitely the conspiracy is going. These are things I would recommend. Go ahead. Somebody wanted to say something. Gauri Bhattaya, Janatmaya, you guys wanted to say something. I would encourage all Sangha members to talk about. Go ahead. This all about Hindumisia, means hatred of Hinduism or Hindus, of the non-Hindus or anti-Hindus. Yeah. Go ahead, Gauri Bhattaya or Janatmaya. You guys want to say something or add something, or you have any questions for him? Okay, nothing. So that's good. So then, yeah. So this is what we wanted to say. So to summarize the story, that is amazing story, and how you found, and in spite of all this, the persecution, defamation, attacks on Swamiji and going around. So, but nobody's asking why Swamiji ran away somewhere and where is he? These kind of questions nobody's asking nowadays. Bharat?
Yeah, these questions are also coming nowadays.
So, but what is your answer? What do you want the answer from me? Do you want the official answer from me? What I heard from Satsang?
Where is Swamiji? Where is why did he run? Of course.
Oh, do you know? According to public Satsang, Swamiji's public information. Do you know where Swamiji is?
We don't know exactly where the Swamiji is.
No, Swamiji very clearly said he's in Kailasa. He's living somewhere near Australia, and so if you want to go see Swamiji, then you go to Australia, and then from there you get an Kailasa visa. And Swamiji has his own chartered airlines called Garuda Airlines, and they will pick it up, take you to Kailasa, and then drop you back in Australia. The only reason right now is not allowing is because Australia has huge restrictions because of what do you call that?
COVID.
The COVID restriction. COVID restriction. That's the thing. So that question is already answered. So what are the other things? Oh, why did he run away?
Why did he run away? That's
a very simple answer. He recently answered public in a public answer. Why he ran away? Because they're attacking him and trying to kill him. So who wants to get killed by teaching Hinduism, and they're treating him like a terrorist? And the Supreme Court, in a democratic country, in a secular democratic, supposed to be a vibrant democratic country, they issued a gag order against a sannyasi, against a Swami. A gag order means he cannot talk. Can you believe? Even the terrorists, convicted terrorists, even accused terrorists in India have never got that right. He's the only person in the whole of India got a gag order. He's a sannyasi. A sannyasi getting a gag order, he cannot even talk. Can you believe that? But even nobody got that level of treatment, including the terrorists and gajadongas, and it means the famous robbers and the killers, and nobody got that. Everybody has a fundamental right to talk. Do you know that?
Yeah, Bhagavan. So these details, right, they need to be documented. So basically, if we have any documentation, right, that will be helpful. For example, they want to see these guys are like a logical guys, right? They need references. So if you have those documentation, everything, okay, this is what was done, a little bit more proof sort of. So that will maybe help us. Maybe refer to this link, and this has the question what you're asking for, something like that. Then it's easy for us, for all the Sangha people also, to address these type of new things, right?
Yeah.
And also, I heard one more recently, not one of my workplace director, he talked. Yeah, Swamiji has lots of money laundering cases in US. Once he lands into US, he'll be put into prison. That's what I heard. I don't know whether how far that is true.
Okay, money laundering cases. Okay. So yeah, money laundering cases. Yeah. So, but show me one case. There are absolutely zero money laundering cases.
He just
No. That's what this is my answer. No.
Yeah.
Bharat. See, okay, here is the question. See, one of your directors at workplace said that Swamiji has money laundering cases against him. That is their claim. That is their asking, right? So then he wants to know what is it. So here is the answer to the question that Swamiji has been, slapped with money laundering cases. They're all 100% wrong, false. There is no case, not even one case with money laundering. Number one, and then if they have, let them show the court case. Right? There is only one case which is still there. There were 20 cases slapped against Swamiji. There were 20 cases or more, almost something like plus or minus 20 cases slapped against Swamiji in 2010. All the cases were thrown out by the court based on the, they said they're all false and baseless allegations. They're all thrown out. There's only one case. This is a rape case which is there. There was, when they registered this rape case, which was no victim. Oh, now he's saying more than 100 cases. So more than 100.
All thrown out in the 100 cases.
More than 100 false cases were, filed against Swamiji. All the cases were thrown out except one, which is Swamiji himself went to the High Court, Supreme Court, saying, and the special leave petition saying, please dispose of this case, or you prosecute me and give me the judgment against me. That is the truth. Swamiji claimed, I am innocent to all the courts, small court, the district court, the state high court, and Supreme Court. All the courts, Swamiji claimed he is innocent. And then he said he's trashed the case, throw the case away. So that's not there. And then went to the High Court and said, throw the case away. And then the High Court is saying to the district court, that's a procedure, the Indian procedure. They said, throw it away or file the case against it or prosecute it. So they're not prosecuting, they're not throwing it away. Okay, second, then Swamiji went to the High Court, said, hey, you prosecute me or throw it away. If there is I'm innocent. So if you believe I'm not innocent, go ahead and prosecute me and give me bring it to the logical conclusion and punish me according to the evidence found, or throw away the case. He's asking again. Then the High Court again given the judge the order to the district court, Ramnagar district court, and they're doing nothing, sitting there on the procedural grounds. Then the next,
if you look at the High Court order and all of them, right, Supreme Court, if you read their order carefully, they are actually saying, without saying, that he's innocent. The only reason they cannot officially say that they're innocent is it is trial court is supposed to say, and only then they can intervene.
Yeah, because by law, the procedure, when you go to the Supreme Court said, hey, dispose of the case based on the truth. And, and he says, and then the Supreme Court and the Swamiji went into the special leave petition saying that, hey, you dispose of the case based on the facts. And the Supreme Court told the High Court told the district case, but they are not. The district court is the trial court, which is actually they're doing the case. Is not processing the case. He's not executing. He's not doing anything. They just want a case alive so that they can keep blaming, because nobody has time and effort to go and see this. That is the only case which is also a false case. If it is a real case, how come they have convicted so many people?
The irony is there is another case where the other side was fined in India.
Yeah, the other case where the other lady where is claimed to be, and she said she was raped, and then it's been proven in US it is false case. In US, the judgment comes faster because based on the thing. She said that Swamiji, raped her, but then, and she has the huge, this is a public record. I'm not telling anything. It's a public record of a US court. She said she has a very rare disease. So she filed a case, ran away to India. And then when the Swamiji's lawyers pushed for her to come for the thing, they said, okay, test her that, she's been raped, and test Swamiji. So the Swamiji was tested and gave the reports to the court. And then she was asked for testing. She didn't come. Then the Swamiji's lawyers pursued saying that, okay, if she is not coming, why don't you get the reports from her doctor? right? Then she went. They went to the doctors. Then they went to the her doctors and then got the records. And then this lady has a very rare disease, and even today there is no cure for that. She went to get cure from Swamiji, right? It seems even that that disease is so bad, that's so contagious. Even her own saliva falls on any part of her body, right? Let's say a saliva falls on another part of the hand or leg or any part of the body. If it touches again, she can get the disease. If that contagious, if Swamiji has raped her 50 times, let's look at logically, then he would have got the disease. Even if the disease is cured, it seems they'll be there, the antibodies or whatever the things, even lifelong, they'll show up in the body based on the testing, right? Even if you don't have an active, the condition, health condition is there. So then the court has conclusively proven that Swamiji doesn't have the disease, or he never had it. Swamiji doesn't have a disease now, or he never had, because based on the testing results. Then whereas her, she has the disease, which is very extremely contagious, right? So if that disease is there, and then they've proven, and that's been there. So this is a case they're trying to.
Most important point. Why will you fight with your husband to go back to your rapist and fly 12 hours, 13, how many hours? 15 hours.
Yeah, you go fight with your husband and then go and meet a person who wants to, and then he's been raped you. I mean, he's been raping you, and then you want to get raped by fighting with your husband and go. Is there any logic, man? I know it's very sensitive. We're talking of woman and then abusal and all, right? But what kind of a woman is she? Is she a Shurpanaka where just blamed, Rama to just get taken revenge? Right? Looks like a Shurpanaka. We already have a history in Ramayana. And she wants to get some benefit from Rama and Lakshmana. They didn't do. So what did she do? She went and lied to this guy who Ravana, and Ravana has his power, so he came and just abused, right? But it's a total lies. So basically, this girl is the Shurpanaka, where throwing all false charges on Swamiji, and she's been proven wrong. She knows the truth, and she's been proven wrong, right? And the law caught up.
And this was recorded in High Court also. This aspect was recorded in High Court judgment also. If you read the High Court judgment.
I mean, Bangalore. High Court judgment in Bangalore and in Karnataka.
In Bangalore. See, High Court, what they did in Bangalore was they recorded all the information in the judgment, so that the trial court cannot mess around anything. They recorded the whole thing, and then they sent it to the and they sent it to the trial court, saying that, hey, this is all the data. Now you run the case. But the trial court did not is delaying the whole thing. You just have to go to the court records, High Court court record, and see everything is there in black and white.
So what we have to do, like Bharataya asked Gauri Bharataya, so what we want to do is, why don't we provide the links to him so that he will send it to his friends? That's one, Bharataya. And the second one, I want to, this is while I was talking and listening.
So actually, one important point to Mr. Taya. So that in US court gave a judgment, right? Again, $500,000 fine or something. Indian courts accepted that, saying that the US court was absolutely correct in passing that judgment. And they said, okay, now she has to pay in Indian rupees also.
Indian High Court has, Swamiji's lawyers went to the Indian High Court in Bangalore, in Karnataka High Court, saying that, hey, this is the same case, the same lady, and same charges, filed two cases. One in US, one is in India. Okay, the US court has already given a conclusive judgment saying that it's a false case, and even fined her for wasting court's time, right? They have filed. And then the Swamiji's lawyers went to the Indian court, that is in Bangalore, in Karnataka, saying that, okay, here the judgment came innocent. Swamiji is innocent, the judgment came. And so the Bangalore High Court has verified and with the US court and accepted this is there. And then they have continued. There is a law, there is an agreement between the US and then India that if there is any judgments happen in the other side, they both can take their judgments and then take it to the cognizant. They can use that evidence against, that can use the evidence as is needed, right? So the Indian High Court from Bangalore have they verified this and then continued the penalty to be collected because it's a false case, right? So the Indian High Court, we still have the proof that all we need to do is give. So Gauri Bharataya, can you just give those authentic links where Bharataya can get all these details? And this is a Hindumisia, that the hatred towards Hindus and right, and this is definitely a Hindumisia, and that means hatred of Hindus by non-Hindus or anti-Hindus, and propagating this false information. So this is my recommendation, or my request is, Gauri Bhattaya, why don't we provide all these links to Bharataya so that he can read for himself, and he can also, after verification, he can forward it to his friends, and then this is one. The next one, these are all my next steps. That's so first step one. Step two is, Bharataya, this, while I was listening to you and talking to you, this is what came to my head. What is that? Why don't we bring your friends? Then let's talk.
See,
Right?
the
Right?
people who argue it, they just want to argue for the sake of arguing. It's not that they follow something, right? I mean, if they are really a true
That's okay.
follower, true truth seeker, they'll come. They just want to see. They just want to just throw something and they just disappear, sort of. So those type of people is no point in really arguing with them, right? I mean, if they're really a truth seeker, if they really want to understand more, then we can invite them and we can challenge them. But if really is emotional, then we can actually pull him onto this thing. But the thing was, people are not that level of thing, Bhagwan. So if they are really a truth seeker, they can come here and ask all questions, not a biggie. So they are just like, yeah, okay. The end of the day, what happened, what I see, perceive is, maybe my perception might be wrong or truth, but what I would like to say is, why unnecessarily create unnecessary trouble for ourselves, sort of. Those type of mentalities we see, most of them. Like, if we argue, right, why trouble ourselves? There are lots of other gurus are there. It's like a market, right? So if this company doesn't sell nice goods, okay, let's go to a different market. Okay, try to do that. That's what the tendency I see in a lot of people, right? So there's nothing much, unless until they are really truthful and they want to really know the depth of the understanding. Then we can actually give the information and maybe pursue them. So maybe that enrichment will help them to seek better in their life. Okay, maybe whether they follow or not, that's a different story. But that gives a better judgment for them to enrich their spiritual life the way they are understanding, because the world is going to be mostly towards digital. Okay, so we should not believe everything is digital, right? The truth is, you should not believe everything digital. So that the perception, if they get it, then maybe they'll soften themselves on this area and they'll be better in their own areas. But thing was, trying to get them to Swamiji, yeah, that is the thing. Unless until that guy is a real truth seeker, he will not be able to break that barrier. That's the challenge which I see from my experience.
So there are two things you said. One is bringing them into Swamiji so that they can get the benefit. That's number one. Number two is, why bother, leave them alone? If they're truth seekers, they'll come. No. So the first one, I understand. Okay, I will want you to go encourage them. Hey, come, and this is what a lot of people experience. I have experienced. Come. If not, you go and you do the window shopping. That's one, I agree. The second one is the most important. This is where all Hindus have missed for the last 1,000 years. Why Hindus were ruled by foreigners? Why all Hindus and Indians ended up in a foreign soil? India was 1/4 of the GDP before the British took over India, right? Say how America today, superpower, India was like that, very strong economically. So why we went from rich to poor? Why did we become? How did we become poor? And then now we are going, like in India, they used to find the Columbus, right? For looking for a route to India. Why? Because India was supreme in everywhere, in every area, right? In terms of education, architecture, metallurgy, arts, and science, right? So Hindus were extremely successful and, very evolved in even spiritual science, anything, lifestyle, peace, harmony, and peaceful coexistence, respect for the environment, respect for the all living beings, right? And so, even if you don't believe with me, peaceful coexistence, even people of all faiths or no faith, right? This was an extremely liberal thought. right? Everybody, all are treated equal, women and men, and everybody was treated equal. Everybody was empowered. From that society, why we degraded? Why we went from most progressive to most regressive? Because we didn't take responsibility. The Hindus who are aware didn't take responsibility to educate the ignorant. That is a fundamental mistake happened, and we are continuing, and you are going in that same trap. If you believe that you got the thing, it is your responsibility. Krishna says very clearly, the guy who is perpetrating the sin is not as much as, but the guy who is capable and allowing the sin to happen, allowing the atrocity to happen. For example, Bhishma was watching the atrocity being happen to who Draupadi. He was capable. The fellows who is committing the atrocity against Draupadi is not more punishable. The guy, who is more punishable? The guy who is perpetrating is not more punishable. The guy who is capable to stop that atrocity but did not do, he is more punishable. The guy himself who is committing the atrocity. Do you know that? According to Hindu Dharma, the guy who is capable but not left his responsibility, not doing his swadharma, even though it is in capacity to do, nobody could say against Bhishma. Bhishma was undefeatable. And if Bhishma said, hey, stop this atrocity, one word would have stopped. But he didn't do it. That's why he was punishable under the Hindu Dharma, cosmic law. So right now, the same, if you take the same thing, you are capable of stopping that adharma, atrocity, and you are not doing, let it go. That's a wrong thing. And you are incurring more papa, more karma than the guy who is committing the karma itself. Do you know that? If you really believe in Hinduism, if you really believe in karma, and then according to Krishna, you are committing more, you are accruing the karma, more karma of the the atrocity than the guy himself who committed. Can you believe that? So from that perspective, whether you take personally, either you as a Shishya of Swamiji, or as a dharmic guy, or as a human being, from whichever dimension of life you take, or whichever angle you take, if you do not educate the Sangha, you do not educate the non-Sangha, do not educate the people who are abusing, and your own friends whom you have access, whether they agree or not is different, whether they accept it is different. But you are not taking, you don't want to take action to educate these people is your fundamental failure as a Hindu. And you are earning that karma for not taking action.
Yeah. So whenever the argument comes, right, I always, it's not defending. I'm not defending. I'm trying to give the truth to them and make.
You're educating. No, I agree. You're not blindly. You're not a blind bhakta.
See, even all these cases, what I'm saying was, it's not that I didn't do my thing. I just responded the way I should respond. The only thing which I couldn't respond was the recent one which I talked about, this money laundering, which I do not know. This US money laundering case. Other than that, all the cases I know, those are all false cases, false accusations. We know that. I already defended them. I already gave them the nityandatruth.org. All these things were being done. It's not that I did my job. Only thing is, they saying something which actually overriding what we are saying. Though we are telling the truth, right? Their saying is overriding what we are saying, because
correct.
Easy. See, the thing was, we always, whatever you said was right. We need to question them from every dimension, saying that, where did you hear, and all these things will put them to a dialogue. It put them to dialogue and put them to think about themselves, why they are thinking the way they are thinking. I agree with you. That will give you more clarity when they come into a face-to-face understanding. Till then, as long as you're hiding and sending messages, right? You can. One thing is, the only thing which I didn't do was, okay, let's talk. So when they're doing that, the only thing which I missed is, from my perception, let's talk. Okay, can I call you right now? I'll tell you I'll clarify you what from the understanding what you're having. So that is the only thing which I'm missing from all these understandings from what you're sharing. The thing which I missed. Okay, let me talk to you.
So then one is, okay, you invite him for a discussion for clarify, number one, or use the same medium, whichever way he was engaging, and say, hey, So can you send me some information to prove your point? Can you send me a court case? Can you
No,
send
all
me?
those things I used to ask. They don't have any. See, they are little
So
baseless.
then say, so
Baseless.
please do not continue.
They are baseless. So we are doing the way we are doing. But thing was, as we encounter more, we'll get more questions. That's for sure. I agree with you. So as we encounter more with more people, and when we invite more, when more programs are happening, then I think you will encounter more people. Then I think that's one of the ways to call and everyone, and then we will be like encountering one by one individually. So if we have all these questions, right, all these questions in a template or something like that, then we can answer, okay, this is what the reference was, go here, go check, and this is what was said, and if you want to, I can share you the link and all these things. And there might be some discussion might be there, either whether he believes or not, at least we did our job. Okay.
Exactly. Exactly. I agree with you. So see, it is not our prerogative. We can do much. If the guy doesn't want to close his eyes, he doesn't want to see the truth, that's okay. That's his right. What is prerogative? That's, he can do whatever he want to. But if we are not answering, so all the links for all the questions what you have, we just Gauri Bhatta has already posted, which are all verifiable links, which are all genuine.
Only thing is money laundering, which I do not know, because
I don't know. So they immediately say, okay, that's all false case. You don't have any evidence. So please prove the evidence. You need to challenge the guy. Say, hey, you don't make false cases.
No, we asked them. Can you show us some cases where exactly it was there?
Not some cases. Show me the proof. Straight, simple question. Show me a proof. Where is the proof? Where is the proof?
This is what we need to have. We need to have a stance on every claim.
Yeah. Okay, you claim something. Let's say your wife says something. Hey, you didn't do. You'll ask your own wife. You ask your own father, your mother, your brother, sister, your friends. Everybody, you ask them to prove. If somebody gives and accuse you on anything, then you immediately ask, prove it to me. Right? Same way, then you are asking, somebody is saying he's so close to yours. And Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva, Guru, Sakshat Parabrahma, right? Matrudevo Bhava, Pitrudevo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, right? When we believe that, and which is equivalent to that, the God himself, right? The Parabrahman himself, and we cannot even question these guys, put a check mark and saying, hey, these are all false. You're throwing dirt on somebody. That's a defamation. You are actually doing a defamation without proof, and you have nothing there. So that's absolutely atrocious. You can't do it. You have no right to do that without any evidence, right? At least an accusation is not there. You don't have anything. And then there's a hearsay. What kind of human being are you? Do you have a scientific mindset? And you don't accept or reject. Look at it. Let's look at the evidence. So yes, now you got to come to, yes, we both are on the same page, where you need to challenge the guy. You need to question the guy. You need to say and demand the proof. For what their accusation.
I need that information on the US.
Yeah, he's already posted in the chat, and these already, you can take it. All that is there. All the links.
The medium.
The links have direct links to the court documents as well on the court websites.
Is this for US or India? Because
this is for India. India has accepted all the US judgments.
No. Basically, what his claim was in US, the money laundering cases were there.
When was it?
No, that's what he was claiming. I don't know.
He can claim anything. Then ask him for proof. He will claim.
No, but Swamiji is claiming is Paramashiva. How come he's not taking? He's claiming he is taking. Somebody saying he's a money laundering case. He's saying, but Swamiji is claiming he's an avatar of Paramashiva. You should also take that then.
Same logic.
No. So if you don't show your logic, if you don't show your evidence, then we also have to take Swamiji is claiming he's Paramashiva, and he is claiming, then you should take it. Because if you want to take any garbage without an evidence, then you should also take the same logic. Man, Swamiji is claiming, Swami Nityananda is claiming that he is Paramashiva himself in avatar, like Krishna and Rama. He is an avatar of Paramashiva himself. So why didn't you take the same thing, man? Let's talk logic, man. Don't talk the illogic. Let's talk logic, tarka. That's what our Shastra says, right? So if you don't have an evidence for a false case, then he doesn't know. You cannot prove anything, and you want to believe, but then you should also believe that he is Paramashiva.
Yeah. So I think.
How am I going to prove an absence of a case?
Yeah. That's the thing.
Somebody claims on you, you have to demand. That's your basic right to demand the proof. or acquisition. Yeah.
I'll check
When
on that.
somebody is saying here is the case, okay, tell me about it, makes some sense.
Yeah.
I'm saying there is no case, and you're saying there is a case. How am I going to do that?
Recently, I'll tell you, one guy told me, oh, Swamiji doesn't, Swamiji, it's a Kailasa doesn't exist, false claim. Oh, really? So that means, that they went to the case. Now Swamiji said he showed that he has a real, he has a Kailasa. Now they came up with a new thing. No, the reports are false. He doesn't have Kailasa, physical place. Can you believe that? So these fellows go to any extent. I said Swamiji publicly announced, and they said here is a place, and he's got a sovereign state of, the Kailasa, and he's got 2 physical locations, one is near Australia, one in Africa, right? He's already there. Oh, all these news are false. What is your evidence false? Have you been there? Have you done, and have you applied for e-visa? Have you asked him? No. So these fellows cannot, there's no, the enemy doesn't have a limit. They're not even human beings. They're all Rakshasas. Okay.
No, one more thing, what we need to add is, as part of our, of course, we talk about these discussions, right? We need to add our main, we follow this, argument. Argument is our only way to come to conclusions, okay? So we follow the Shankaracharya's thing. We need to mention
that is our Hindu way. That's what we are doing today, right?
That's what,
today
I understand. But first basic thing, what we always argue is, we always argue Kandana Mandana according to this methodology. We always follow this, okay? This is our way of life to encroach the truth. To get the truth, we always go Kandana Mandana. We do Kandana Mandana. And to get the truth out of anything, it helps you in life. So that is our mode of going towards the public. If we do that way, that is how people will understand. Okay, now they are coming with this takka, this sort of logic. Now you want to come and argue with us in this court, sort of. Okay, if you really want to, then that will give us a good stance on how we need to approach the people.
So here is my, okay, it's a very good point you brought, Bharataya. So this is what my recommendation to is. So you bring the people, like your family, friends, colleagues, whoever. Let's say, hey, here is a discussion going on. Why don't you just come? And these guys have all the evidence, which is verifiable by the court, the Indian courts and American courts, whatever, all the things, whatever. You bring the cases, we will show you they're all false cases, or you give all the evidence and we'll accept. We will leave Swamiji. You prove it that Swamiji is false, and we will leave Swamiji. We'll follow the Shankaracharya's model, right? What did he say? When Mandana was defeated, they became the disciple of Shankaracharya. You defeat, prove, then we'll follow you. You get defeated, then you follow Swami Nityananda.
Yeah, that's what we need to say.
Or you run away and then stop blaming this falseness, and then you have no right to defame somebody who is innocent.
That is true. We need to go.
That is where we need to challenge them.
Yeah.
You have no right to falsely accuse without any evidence. Do you have a court case? Show it. Do you have anything? Then we'll prove it to you. He's innocent. So this is the conclusion. Today is very amazing. And anybody else want anything? Gyanatmaya or Gauribataya or Bharataya? Do you guys want to say anything before I conclude? Okay. So here is my recommendation to everybody. All Swamiji's followers, all Swamiji's disciples, all Swamiji's devotees, and all Hindus, all Indians who want to be truth seekers and seek the truth based on the facts and figures, not based on some frivolous arguments. Okay. And we want to do it, examine and accept the truth, right? That's our Hindu way of doing things, right? So, and this is very good. So the overall summary is that, we went over your life history, how you found Swamiji, your journey of finding Swamiji, that, you're born in your traditional, like your grandparents and all, great grandparents, they're all traditional practicing Hindus. And your mother was also doing the same thing, but your father was Western educated, in a PhD. And then he influenced your mother, so she stopped all the traditional practices. But whereas you, having from childhood onwards, you had some affinity towards the temple. Your uncle helped you to take you to Shiva temple, every year at least, or sometimes few times a year. And then also you talked about the Kottapakonda temple. It's also, I heard it's also a Shiva temple, and it's got some names also on this temple. And in addition to that, again, your father had the different philosophy than you, and he's a good Samaritan, good, the seva, and he did charity, and he's given your house to school and helped always. He was kind of a karma yogi without ascribing to. He was living a life of a karma yogi, but without realizing that he's actually following one path of the Krishna, as he said in Bhagavad Gita. And then you started following, and after the marriage, a couple of years into the marriage, you realized, what is the purpose of life? What am I doing? I don't have a fulfillment. Then he found Swamiji, and then he went to the full experience, how it helped you. And then again, when you survived the saga of the persecution of Swamiji, fake scandals, attacks, and now we don't have Swamiji. Before we used to have. Now it's our job to educate the whole world and enrich the world and show that Swamiji is innocent, and so that we can again go back and meet him and have the physical darshan of our guru. This is an atrocious thing. The whole world threw false cases on him, and then now they're taken away our guru, our right as a Hindus, right as a Shishya's right to have a darshan of a guru and have a meeting of a guru in physical form. That's missing, right? So this is our conclusion. It's amazing. And the takeaways for you is, one is you're going to get all these links so that you can read it and then send it to all your friends and family and who are you feel is right. Second one is we need to engage them. You learned that you need to engage the person. People ask them, challenge their accusations. Third is, let's bring them to this forum and talk openly, and then bring it to the Kandana Mandana. Bring it to let's use the Hindu format of use the logic and tarka, vitarka, and kutarka, right? We have these three logics. Tarka means logic, kutarka means illogic, and vitarka means beyond human logic. It's a divine logic, right? And in Western philosophy, this is a Hindu philosophy. The Hindu religion has this, but Western philosophy has this only two: logic, tarka, and kutarka, illogic. So we have much bigger concepts. A lot of them. Most of us are not there. Even though we are all well educated, we are all from software. And all of us are software, living in the most advanced country in the world is in America and North America, right? And some of us are in India, all over the world, right? So why we are all following Swamiji? Because we have experienced it, as we said. He's not a brother or the relative or cousin or anybody. He is somebody's total stranger. Why we are still doing? Because he has fundamentally changed our life, a family, personal life, family life, and society in general, and changed in every possible way, so that you can have a better life than before. So that's the summary. Did I miss anything? And then we can close this. Okay. And if nobody has anything to do, we will close the session with our Hindu parampara, Hindu padati, right? Siddhanta, that with the prayer. Okay, Purnamada. Can we close it? Yes. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tatsat Sarvam Sadguru Padukarpanamastu. Om Nityanandam. Thank you, Swamiji, for helping us today.
Nityananda Paramashivoham Nityananda Paramashivoham Nityananda Paramashivoham Nityananda Paramashivoham Nityananda Paramashivoham Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.